America's Army 3 is back with a server that will remain up 24/7. If you already have the game added to your Steam account, it's as easy as downloading the game again on Steam, launch and click play, then click the refresh button, and a server should pop up. And if you are a new player and don't have the game added to your Steam account, then you need to take a detour to add it. Mouse over Community and click Discussions, type America's Army 3 in the search bar, go into a post, then click Store Page, and then click the green play button to add it to your account and download. Make sure you have Steam Overlay enabled while in-game, under Steam, Settings, In-game, and check it to avoid a nasty bug. It should be on by default, but if you happen to have it off, when a round ends, you'll be forced out of the game as Steam focuses on the broken scoreboard, and if you try to click back into the game too quickly, it will forcefully pull you back out and into Steam as it shows the final board. This doesn't happen when the Steam Overlay is enabled. You stay in the game and it eventually closes fine. The 24/7 server should make it easier to catch a game with other players. So far, after a single day of running the server, we had about 20 unique Steam users join and 44 total game sessions. The max players that has been on so far is 3 players, which happened 4 times, and 2 players 5 times. To be honest with you, that's better than expected for a game that's been dead for multiple years, until a month ago. So what these stats indicate is that if you want to go beyond the AI-filled maps and into the heart-thumping competitive PvP side of AA3 where the game really shines...
Pick you up and then headshot you. Just for the points.
There's one in construction.
I'm in construction. One of them is in the west alley though.
2 in the back of the hotel.
Then you'll need to hop onto the Bring Back America's Army 3 Discord, which I'll link in the video description, and inform others how many players are online. Make sure to be specific. 2 might not be enough to wheel more in. There's no specific channel for such posts, but maybe there should be. And for those on the fence about hopping back in or for the first time, you can seek out and obtain all 71 Steam achievements. And the game features soldier ranks from E1 all the way up to E9, which shows up on the scoreboard and in-game when you're near another player. It can take a lot of time to reach E9, well over 100 hours. It doesn't really mean much except for how long a player has been playing the game. But if you see someone under E5 Sergeant, chances are they are still figuring things out, and they might not be as reliable of a teammate, so go easy on them. What makes this game special? Well, before games like Tarkov or Squad, this was one of the most hardcore tactical FPS games that you could access for free. You take 2 shots, you go limp, and you take 1 more, then you're dead. For me, it's the depth of the medic system. For example, in the popular Squad game, you have bandages to take you out of a critical state at any time. Bandages are plentiful. But in America's Army 3, you can't heal yourself one bit and fully rely on nearby teammates to patch every single injury you've taken. So if you were shot in the neck or arm, it will tell you exactly that. This heavily promotes teamwork, and you'll find yourself sticking around your team far more than going off on your own. As if that weren't enough, reviving another teammate isn't as easy as holding a single button. You need to assess the damage to the downed player and have 4 important decisions to make, and you only get 1 or 2 tries to get it right, and then you have to patch him up one by one. All of this is happening while the enemy is right around the corner. Even if you don't use a microphone, AA3 has a built-in wheel of voice commands you can use if you press Z on your keyboard. Sort of like you would in single-player games when you're commanding a team of AI, except here you're giving voice commands to other players, rather effectively.
Squad, check your assignment.
So yeah, the medic and communication systems in this game, in my opinion, are among the best. But even just moving around, you can tell there was a lot of thought into it. You can lean around corners, crouch, lay on the floor, roll on the floor. You can run and slide a bit if you run and press the crouch button. You can choose your loadout if you want to bring more ammunition or less, which impacts the stamina and speed of your movement. You can customize your weapon a bit, maybe you prefer iron sights or a better scope. There's different animation states, so if you're shot in the legs you will start limping and won't be able to run as fast. Your stamina will be much lesser too. Your weapons can jam, requiring a somewhat lengthy unjamming process.
Fixing jam, give me cover.
Which I think many modern FPS games don't even bother to mechanically include. Also, this game was developed and published by the US Army as a recruitment tool for gamers, which is pretty interesting. Seeding the server is best done on AI maps and organising events on the Discord. Matches can get pretty competitive once you reach 4 or more players and face off, And despite some nagging issues, the mechanics make this FPS tactical shooter still quite interesting in 2024. This server is located in New York to provide slightly better latency for EU players. However, if there are enough players from the EU, we could consider pausing this server on specific days and redirecting everyone to an EU-hosted server. This way, we can alternate and ensure favorable latency for everyone.